Do you know what comes in the upgrade part set for Rosso's iconic 1/8 scale Ferrari? Well, I've ended up with another of these beautiful Formula 1 models to build, and this one includes that elusive and rare upgrade part set. Let's have a look at what you get in this extra box of bits. So this is the grade up part set, Ferrari 643 WRX Worldwide Rare Expert Replica. Bizarre translation. Anyway, the box has got a number of photographs of the real car, the period photographs these are, so they're a very good reference for some of these parts, as well as listing all the bits that are included. Inside the box, first thing is there is a plastic driver figure. I'm not sure yet whether this is to be the Prost or Alesi version, or whether the owner wants the driver figure included in the build, but there's a figure there. We've then got these metal setup wheels for the front and rear, and these are used for when scaling the car and wheel alignments, that sort of thing, back in the early 90s. So that's an alternative that can fit on the car for, say, a diorama type of scene. There's some foil and a whole bunch of extra pins for securing some of the parts. A bunch of hoses and wires, which is what the original kit was lacking, but these look like there's a bit of degradation in there. There's some parts that are cracked and broken up. Number of photo etch pieces. There's some brass shields, the Goodyear tyre templates, various other brackets and components in photo etch. The decals, so these will be for the helmet and race suit for the drivers, and including the Marlboro on there for both John Alesi and Alain Prost. Again, not sure whether we're using those just yet. A number of white metal parts. We've got some brake master cylinders. Looks like some cast wire looms. A few other bits and pieces. And then the instructions that cover all of these extra parts. Now these are in Japanese, so I'm going to have to do some translation to fully understand what these are actually meaning, but they show where all of these extra parts need to go. And I think in my previous build of one of these models, I ended up putting a bunch of different wires and things into the build, which it looks like this upgrade kit now addresses. So that's what's in the upgrade box. The previous build I did of this Rosso kit, the owner had already started it, so I didn't get to build right from scratch, whereas this one hasn't been touched, so this is how the kit comes from the factory. And this one included the upgrade part set. Now, a multi-page instruction book. And I know from the previous time I built this model, those instructions are reasonably good. They're accurate and easy to follow. And if you ever want a closer look at them, you can download them from my website, actually, and I'll throw a link in the description for that. We've also got some decals and seatbelt material, a whole bunch of vinyl self-adhesive stickers, both with and without Marlboro, depending on which version of the car you're wanting to build. But the red is not the correct fluorescent red for the Marlboro, unfortunately. And the white decals, which you can't really see here, they are the ones that will potentially be an issue because of the age of the kit. The previous build, they didn't work, so we'll have to see how these ones go. Fingers crossed, we'll get lucky with it. Then onto the components, we've got a number of main parts in here. Now, these are plastic. We've got the engine block and gearbox casing, the main central part of the tub, bits to be cut out of that, and also the nose box with a carbon effect cast into the sides. So even though the main body of this kit is in metal, most of the components are actually plastic. This big blister pack of pieces contains the 4 tyres and also the 4 rims, which are one-piece cast metal, plus a few things like the seat, which is already covered in a flocking, parts for building up the steering rack and a bulkhead there, steering column, and a screwdriver. There's then this box, which is quite heavy, and when we open it up, the first bit in there, these are rubber bands, effectively. They're like neoprene rubber, I guess you could call it, and they are to go inside the tyres because the model is overall fairly heavy, and that prevents the tyres from deforming. So those basically wrap around the rims. And then we've got a whole bunch of different bags of metal components. So we've got brackets and hubs and bulkheads and things in here. various bolts and struts, lots of different screws, different applications, little tube of glue, more screws, and this bag is full of all of the metal push rods and suspension A-arms, wishbones, whatever you want to call them, basically all of the suspension components. Then when it comes to sprues of parts, there are many. Starting with this one, it's just the inside for where the seat goes in the cockpit. We've got some gold-plated pieces and also some clear parts, well, see-through at least. There's a clear sprue as well as a red see-through sprue. Some engine components, pieces for the fuel injection, the first of the plated parts. So there's basically the exhaust system there, quite reflective. Some semi-gloss black components, the front wing and effectively the windscreen that's not see-through. And this massive floor tray, which hopefully is nice and flat. The previous build, that was all pretty good. Let's get those back into place. I'm sure we've all put things back in a box before and it never fits like it does from the factory. Another bunch of plated parts. We've got the brake discs, which basically come in two halves, calipers, some radiators and so on. Fuel systems, injection, some pulleys and belts and things, hoses. So a lot of this will be stripped and repainted for this build. Some more parts here, the inside floor component which mounts several things, the airbox there. Wing pieces, the elements of the wing, end plates, which again have got a carbon effect already cast into them. And then more engine and gearbox pieces, brake ducts, the roll bar, steering wheel, cam covers for the engine, and the pedals. So yeah, lots of parts, a lot of work ahead on this one because it's not just going to be a screw together like the kit is intended. We're going to strip a lot of these things down and repaint and not just use the detail up parts, but really turn this into a pretty spectacular model like the previous build. And then finally, what's in the foam clamshells is the pre-painted bodywork. Now this is all metal, one piece, and fairly light considering it's all in metal, but beautiful. I assume is a baked enamel red paint on this. But anyway, that's the main body. And there's also the nose cone. Again, beautifully painted. Don't need to do anything with that other than decorate it. And we've also got here pre-painted the mirrors, some ducting blank offs, and also the panels that go into the inside rear bodywork. I won't be doing a full build video for this particular model, but there will be a final wrap to show the result of using the upgrade parts. But if you want to see how one of these Rosso Ferraris come together, go and watch this video. Cheers.